I'm bringing you another video that is on a topic that was requested of me to talk about from a subscriber of mine. This subscriber commented on Instagram requesting that I talk on this topic, so I am going to. I think this is a good idea to discuss this topic, so thank you to this subscriber. The subscriber wanted me to make a video about how tiring it is to have to worry about not giving off loosh energy whenever you get sad, depressed, frustrated, and etc. The subscriber goes on to say that by itself is proof of how low it goes down here, having to be resilient all the time. Now, I want to say this. You're absolutely correct, subscriber. You are absolutely correct when you say that it is tiring, having to do your best to not give off loosh energy. However, there are ways around all of this. There are things that you can do to make it less tiring. Okay, and I'm going to address it here in this video. The goal is not to never give off loosh energy, because that's impossible. There is no way you can live in this world without ever giving off or ever expelling out loosh energy. You can't do that. As long as we are in these bodies, we are going to produce forth loosh energy. However, the goal is to starve Enki, Marduk, and the Archons as much as possible, so that they get as less loosh energy from us as possible. That's the goal. Because in reaching that goal, you are doing as much as you can to keep them from completely controlling you. Now, there are ways to do this. And it's not hard. It's not difficult. It can become tiring, but these methods can make it less tiring. Now, I will say, you have researchers who have said and will say, you're never supposed to get angry. You're never supposed to get sad, frustrated. You're supposed to be love and light and hippie, peace, calm, and flowers 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days out of a year. This is bullshit. There's no person on the face of this earth who is absolutely just love and light 24/7, 7 days a week, 365 days out of a year. This is bullshit. Okay, I have gotten angry in traffic, driving in traffic, in the grocery stores. You have, everyone has. As long as we're in these bodies, we are going to have low vibrational emotions. It will only end when we come up out of these bodies and we go to the real universe. But there are ways to deal with these low vibrational emotions when we have them. Let me give you an example. Yesterday, I was really feeling horrible. Yesterday was not my best day at all. I was going through different websites, looking at the news, and going on certain social media sites, looking at the news, seeing what was going on in the world, and everything was triggering for me. The black versus white, white versus black, the arguing and divisiveness over politics, and oh God, murder, rape, robbery, crime, violence, rich, poor, tariffs. Everything was just triggering yesterday. And it brought out feelings of anger and frustration and tiredness and sadness and even depression, and then the sobs came, and me not understanding why is all of this happening, what the hell is going on, what's wrong with people being cold and uncaring and unfriendly and distrustful, and all of these just brought out a series of low vibrational emotions. And then I had a moment of reflection. I had a moment where I stopped and I said, wait a minute, what am I doing? What am I doing? What the hell am I feeling here? I am allowing Enki and Marduk and the Archons to feed. And so what I did, when I got to work, I told my employers, look, I'm gonna need to take off early because I'm not feeling too good. And I have the greatest boss ever. I mean, just absolutely amazing. And so she agreed. And so I worked half of the day. And when I came home from work, I immediately turned off my phone. I didn't turn on my computer. I didn't turn on my television. I got on the floor and I went deep into meditation. Deep into meditation. And I'm not talking about, the Christian meditation and all of that bullshit. I'm talking about spirituality meditation. And during my meditation, I began to cleanse my ISB from all of the low vibrational emotions. And I began to pull into me the emotions of peace, tranquility, and calmness. And when I came out of that meditation, I felt so much better. Because let me tell you, when I was going through those low vibrational emotions, I could physically feel Enki, Marduk, and the Archons feeding off of me. I could feel it so much that it was physically making me sick. If you are really tapped into your ISB, you can feel it too. You can physically feel when they are feeding off of you. It feels like you're being torn into, bitten into. You can feel it. And I could feel it. But when I came up out of that meditation, I felt so much better. My ISB felt lighter. This is how you handle those negative, low vibrational emotions when they come on. Again, you're going to feel them because it's impossible to go throughout life not feeling them, but it's how you deal with them when they come on. If you recognize that you are going through feelings of sadness, depression, frustration, that's when you need to say, wait a minute, what the hell is going on here? Let me stop this. And you need to get into meditation. And the type of meditation whereas you are cleansing yourself, purging yourself from those emotions, and you are putting into yourself emotions of calmness, tranquility, and peace. And if you're doing the meditation right, you will come up out of that meditation feeling so much better and purged from those negative emotions. That's how you make it less tiring. That's how you deal with it. It's simple. You will have people who will trigger you. Oh, absolutely. You will have people that will trigger you to bring out those emotions. Emotions of sadness, depression, frustration, and all of that. And you have to know how to deal with those people that are triggering you. Number one, those people that are triggering you, no matter if they're family, friends, co-workers, strangers, they are doing that because Enki, Marduk, and the Archons have put those people in front of you to purposely trigger you. so that you can bring out those negative emotions, and then they, Enki, Marduk, and the Archons can feed off of you. So it's being done on purpose, but how you handle it is what matters. If you are at work and a coworker is saying something or doing something that is triggering you to anger, you need to get away from that coworker. Say, hey, look, man, look, I need to take some time by myself. So, as much as I like to finish this conversation with you, but I got to go. And if they don't understand it, who gives a damn? Screw them. Get away from the person that is triggering you. And after you get away from the person that is triggering you, that's when you need to turn to meditation, even affirmations, to bring into you calmness, peace, tranquility, and to kick out of you anger. And then after you have done all of that, if you want to go back to the coworker and talk with them, go ahead. But before you go back to that coworker, you need to put a shield around yourself. And there are affirmations that you can say to create a shield around yourself so that what they are doing, the triggers that they are bringing to you, it won't affect you. And I'm telling you, it can be done. It can absolutely be done. When it comes to people triggering you, it can be done. If you are at home, if you're significant other and they are saying something to trigger you, hey honey, look, I don't want to continue this conversation. I'm gonna go take a walk, or I'm gonna go upstairs and go into this room, and I really don't want to be disturbed. If they don't understand, so be it. But if they love you, they will understand, because a lot of times people are used to trigger you and they don't even realize that they're being used to trigger you. So if they love you, they'll understand. And you go and take a walk, or you go to another room in your home. And that's when you go into the affirmations and the meditations to be able to kick out the negative emotion that trigger is trying to bring out of you and put into you the positive emotion. And a lot of times, if you do this, when you do get back around the person that is trying to trigger you, the universe will help you. The universe will have that person who tried to trigger you before to not even think about trying to trigger you again. The universe will help you. That's how you handle people trying to trigger you. You don't let them trigger you and just stand there and just let them trigger you. You're having a conversation with your coworker and they're just saying, oh, you know what, I just think that, maybe you didn't get that promotion because, you're not that smart. Come on. And you're standing there and you're absorbing all of that negative talk. You're absorbing those negative triggers. And what it's doing is it's giving Enki, Marduk, and the Archons the doorway to come in and feed. No, what you do is you get away from the person that is giving you those triggers. Get away from them. That's how you handle it. That's exactly how you handle it. But you're never going to be able to be in this world and never feel sad, never feel depressed, never feel angry. That's not going to happen because we are in these bodies. But it's how you deal with it. When you recognize that these emotions are coming on, you nip it in the bud. Nip it in the bud. And then alongside nipping it in the bud, you put a protective barrier, a spiritual protective barrier around yourself so that a lot of these negative emotions can't penetrate to you. You can do that. This is what I do. And negative emotions aren't just, sadness, depression, frustration, and anger. Again, you have negative emotions of feeling like you're worthless, not having your self-esteem to be where it's supposed to be. I may not be Gabrielle Union, but I know I'm the shit. I know I am all that in a bag of chips. My self-esteem is pristine because I know who I am. I am not P.S. Montgomery, even though that's my name, but that's not who I am. I am a divine spark. I am a powerful creator God. That's who I really am. And by me knowing that, that's how I know I'm the shit. I'm all that in a bag of chips. And it's not to think like that is not being arrogant. It's not that you have an ego, but you are proud of who you are, who you really are. And you're not going to let anyone make you think that you are less than what you are. That's how you navigate through this prison planet world we call Earth. That's how you do it. And when you feel as if others are trying to tear down your esteem, trying to make you feel worthless, get away from those people. Those are not the type of people that you should be around. That's how you navigate. The goal is not to become emotionless, because you're not going to ever while you're down here. But the goal is to choose how you deal with the emotions that you feel. The goal is to starve Enki, Marduk, and the Archons as much as possible. That's the goal. The emotion of fear and worry. I am so proud to say that I no longer feel emotions of fear or worry. Not anymore. Nope. I could hear right now on the news, or I could see on a news website, that in 20 minutes a nuclear bomb is going to obliterate the whole entire United States. Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, that's time's up then. I'm not going to get scared by that. And I'm not going to worry about that, because that's what Enki, Marduk, and the Archons want. If it's my time to go, it's my time to go. I know that when I do go, I know where I'm going, and I know where I'm not coming back to. So, hey, all right, whatever. If I were to lose my job tomorrow, I am not going to worry. You know why? Because the universe has my back. The universe has my back, and I know that the universe will somehow, some way make it okay, because it's not my time to leave this matrix yet. And so since it's not my time, the universe will make sure that I will be okay, so that I can continue on in this matrix until it is my time. So I'm not worried. No, I'm not worried, because I trust the universe, which is me, because I am a fragment of the universe. And this is how you have to go through life. See, it's one thing to just talk about spirituality, but it's another thing to truly live it. And now, don't get me wrong, I am not perfect. There are times when I will see a bill that's $400 or $500, knowing the household I live in, and I'll be like, oh my God, wow. But then I'll think, wait a minute, stop. It'll come in for that few seconds, and then I'll say, wait a minute, stop. Stop it. Trust the universe, and then I'll get right back stable again. Stable on the spirituality level. That's how you have to navigate. Now, with fear, I don't fear anything. No. And I used to have a lot of fears. Fears of things, not of people, because people don't scare me at all, but fears of things. But no, not anymore. Because I know that no matter what happens to the body, the soul is going to be okay. And the soul is what matters, because the soul is what I really am. I'm just a soul inside of a meat suit. called a body. And so I have no fears at all, period. One last thing is this. You really should only be around people that are spiritually like yourself, who are going to be there to encourage you and uplift you. You don't want to be around someone who's all the time putting you down, making you feel like you are nothing, like you're worthless. People who are so caught up in this black versus white, white versus black bullshit. You don't want to be around those people. Those are low vibrational people that you don't want to be around. People who are so caught up in labels, Democrat, Republican, left, right, conservative, liberal. You don't want to be around those people. Those people are still asleep and plugged into the matrix. Why would you want to be around them? And then if you are around them, when they start talking about those conversations, you get away from them. And when I say when you are around them, what I mean is if you have no choice but to be around them because you live with them, then when they start talking about those low vibrational topics, don't engage. Get away. You don't even want to be a part of that. That's how you navigate. You have to know the cheat codes of the matrix to be able to navigate through the matrix. I used to be one to get into arguments with people on social media about politics, about race. And when I say about race, when people used to say, oh, you know, black people aren't shit, white people aren't shit. Oh my God, I used to be, oh my God, how dare you say that? I don't do that anymore because I know, number one, those are triggers. And if I start engaging with those triggers, I'm going to be feeding Enki and Marduk and the Archons. It's not worth it. The people that are making those comments, that are saying those things, those are people that are still plugged into the matrix, into the system. And 9 times out of 10, there's nothing that's going to change those people. They're not going to change. Now you have a very, 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 very small few who will change, but 9 times out of 10, they're not going to change. So no matter what I say, it's not going to change their mindset. All it's going to do is it's going to trigger me to produce forth loosh energy, which feeds Enki, Marduk, and the Archons. No way, forget it. No, I'm not doing it. No. This is how you have to be. When you read news stories, you have to not become affected by it. I don't care what you read. Don't let it affect you. Those are triggers. The news is nothing but a triggering system designed to get you to react. React in a way that is going to cause you to produce forth loosh energy. Don't do it. So this is how you have to go through life. I do want to mention one other thing. A lot of people have stated this, and I find this really funny. Have you ever been watching TV or listening to a song, and all of a sudden you just break into sobs, and you don't know why you're crying? You don't know why you're sad, but all of a sudden it just comes on. That's Enki. That's Marduk. That's the Archons. They will just try to, and excuse my language, fuck with your Isby, and to make you feel that. And there's no need to even be feeling that way, because they feel like if they make you feel that way, you'll get sad, you'll start crying, and they feed off of tears as well. And then they can feed off of that. That's why you have those times when you just break into tears and you don't know why. You're watching a television show and all of a sudden you're crying. And there's nothing in the show that would make you cry. You just break out and start crying, or you get tearful and you don't know why. You may be in the kitchen, you're washing dishes, and while you're washing dishes, all of a sudden you get sad. Don't know why. That's them. They're trying to fuck with your Isby to bring those emotions out. And when you get those emotions right then and there, stop and do the meditation. It was no more than 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 2 minutes. Do the meditations or do the affirmations to kick those emotions out of you and bring in the emotions of happiness, joy, peace, tranquility. That's what you need to do. You know, so this is what I would suggest. This is how you make it less tiring. One last thing, certain movies I don't watch. One movie that would really trigger me. Well, no, not even one. Let's scratch that. Two movies that would really trigger me. One was a movie called Rosewood. Another movie was Schindler's List. I would watch those two movies, and after watching those movies, boy, the hatred and the anger I would feel. And I said, no, I can't watch this. I can't watch these movies ever again. Because I know that those movies are triggers. And of course, those movies are triggers. The entertainment industry, we all know that the entertainment industry is toxic. And we all know who created the entertainment industry. That's why they have those triggers. That's why they bring out movies like that, to trigger you. To trigger you to bring out loosh energy so that they can feed off of it. Enki, Marduk, and the Archons can feed off of it. So I said, okay, I'll find a way around that. I'm not watching that shit anymore. No. Any movie that's going to trigger me to have feelings of anger, violence. Now, there will be times when I will watch a movie that is sad, but what I will do, and I swear to the gods, this is what I do. I swear to the gods, this is what I do. Before I watch a sad movie, I will do a ritual, a protection ritual over my Isby, so that when I'm watching the movie, I'm watching it, but it's not affecting me. I'll do it. I'm telling you, I'll do it. As a matter of fact, the novel that I'm writing, last weekend when I was writing chapters of the novel, and I didn't do the ritual before I started writing the chapters. Well, the chapter. I didn't do the ritual before I started writing the chapter. And when I got finished writing that chapter 1, oh my God, the headache that I had, the anger that I felt for characters that I was writing. And that was because I didn't do the protection ritual before engaging in the writing of that novel. Now, this weekend, I damn sure I am. I did it when I was writing the Summerland. Every chapter that I wrote before I began writing, I did a protection ritual. Because, and you have to do this when you're a writer. I mean, you know, if you're a spiritual writer anyway, you should do this. You should do this if you are a spiritual writer, because if you are writing a story that is sad or a story that is tragic, if you are writing a sad or a tragic story, and if you are a good writer, what you are writing, you will feel it. You will feel it. You will feel the sadness of your characters. You will feel the pain that your characters are feeling. If you are a damn good writer, you'll feel it. And it will stay with you. So what I have done is, before I begin writing a chapter, I will do a protection ritual so that while I am writing it, the pain, the sorrow, it stays with the characters. It doesn't jump out and jump into me. Because last weekend, oh my God, there is a character in my novel who loses people who are special to him. And as I was writing the character going through the grief and the sorrow, I could feel the grief and the sorrow. So much so, I had to stop because I was in sobs. And I was like, after all that, I thought, this is because I didn't do the protection ritual before writing. And again, when I was finished writing that chapter 1, boy, I felt physically and emotionally drained. So I said, nope. this weekend when I write the rest of my novel, I will do a protection ritual before I begin writing. And so this is what you have to do. If you know you're going to watch a sad movie that you know is going to pull out emotions that are of a low vibrational frequency, before you watch the movie, before you watch the television show, just do a 2 to 5 minute protection ritual that protects your ISB so that what you are watching stays on the screen. It doesn't come into you. That's how you navigate. That's how you make it less tiring. I'll end with this. All of this, though, all of this should make all of you all more determined to not come back down here to this shitty planet once you take your last breath. Because it damn sure has with me. It has made me so determined that when it comes time for me to take my last breath, I am not doing this shit again. Oh, hell no. To go through having to, watch, the triggers and make sure that the triggers don't trigger me, and to be resilient of my emotions. And no, I'm not going through that again. When I am done this time, I am done. So I use all of this as a determination. When I leave, I'm going home. That's what you all should do too. Make you even more determined to not come back down here after death. So this is what I would suggest. If you need some ideas on what meditations to use, what affirmations to use, what protection rituals to use, email me. Email me, because I may not be able to put it in the comment section. So email me, and I'll put my email address in the comment section of this video, and I will send them to you. I absolutely will. Crystals and stones do work. Now, once again, thank you to the subscriber who suggested that I talk about this topic. Thank you. It does need to be talked about a lot more than it already has. Sunday, I will bring forth more videos. I will say again, after you see the first video on Sunday, check back with the channel Sunday night at 10 p.m. because then you'll see the other videos, because every time I upload a video in a single day on my channel, YouTube does not let people know. They'll let people know if I upload the first video, but if I upload any videos after the first video on the same day, you will not get a notification that I have done so. So, on Sunday, you can check back with the channel at 10 p.m. to see all the videos that I have uploaded to the channel then. Going forward, I will be uploading every Friday and Sunday. That will be the schedule. Every Friday and Sunday will be new uploads from me. Check out my social media links. For those who are listening on TikTok, my YouTube channel is in the bio section of my TikTok account. If you like this video, you'll find other videos like this on my YouTube channel. Everyone have a wonderful and safe weekend. Until next time.